I was kind of really wanting to maybe make this video for today with some inspiration surrounding this Lionsgate portal. And then as I kind of thought about it over the next couple days this week, I had some interesting thoughts come in. So I'm just going to share this whole little journey through this week and the Lionsgate portal that you might think is woo-woo, you might think is crazy, or you might totally believe and love it and appreciate that there are different energies and frequencies that happen during different times of the year, and certainly based on astrology if you study it. And I've come to some interesting conclusions that feel true to me in this particular moment where we find ourselves as humanity in August of 2025. So here's how I started the week. When we stay in between the timelines, so maybe you're sitting on the fence like, oh, I kind of like the conveniences. I like getting answers without having to sit and think about it and write about it and ponder on it and meditate and tune into my higher self. I like the convenience of getting a quick answer, or just going along with the crowd, going along with the river as it flows, because it's easier. It's easier than swimming upstream. I feel like to stay in between is slowly sliding toward the timeline that you don't want to be on, because it's going to pull you over. If you're sitting on the fence with any situation or any decision you need to make, it's going to pull you over to the one that you probably don't want. So you either jump off the fence onto the timeline you want. Choose. I think it's okay for the people who want to choose the timeline that I don't want to be on. I think it's okay for them, because that's the timeline that they and the experience that they choose. I think it's okay, personally. And I think that we are in a place where you're not going to be able to choose very shortly. So here's what I wrote about the Lionsgate portal when it comes to this. This portal, if it means anything, this is not a cosmic gift. To me, it's a mirror. Look at this portal, if you want to look at it in any way, as a mirror. Where are you? Where do you sit? Sit down and write. What are your deepest belief systems, and where do you truly deeply, to the absolute source of who you are, where do you want to be? And then choose. What it's doing, this mirror is asking you this: are you real? Are you really real? Or are you letting yourself be written or swept away, or you're letting yourself just be written by something else or someone else or a different source that's not you? Right now it's time to guard our mind like it's something sacred. This is the creativity, the intuition, especially the creativity and the intuition. It's time to guard those. Guard those with your very life, with everything you have. Every unchosen thought is like an intrusion. So every time you tune in and you buy into someone else's thoughts, someone else's channel there's so many channels, and that's, in a way, that's great. You can go on and you can learn stuff. But if you're counting on that to guide your thoughts that aren't yours, that's an intrusion. Look at it as an intrusion. Every habit that we unconsciously build is like you're leaving an open loop. Everything that is a habit that you didn't consciously build, whether that be the habits that you take when you take care of your physical body, the habits that you create when you get out in nature, when you disconnect from technology, when you show compassion and empathy, and maybe you feel like you can do all of these and still be plugged in. Maybe you feel that way. That's an interesting thought, right? If we still depend on the system for things like comfort and security and validation, then we're not as free as we think we are. So if you still depend on these systems, if you open up your Instagram feed, your Facebook feed, your YouTube feed, your Rumble feed, I don't care what feed it is, if you open that up because you're looking for something to validate you or even just interest you, you're missing the point, and you're not as free as you think you are. So from my perspective, it's time for us individually to build what AI can't duplicate. This is one reason I think I'm so interested and so, I don't know, I'm so anxious to get to my painting sometimes. Because when I paint and I'm in just this flow, and I have my favorite playlist on of music, and I've been playing this same playlist for a few years now, and it's just got some of my favorite beautiful music, some that make me kind of feel like moving a little bit, but some I sing along to, and they make me feel good, and I'm just creating, I'm painting. And I feel this way when I'm out in my yard weeding and I don't have anything in my ear. I'm not listening to anything. I'm just talking to my plants, appreciating the weeds as they grow up in the flowers and through my herb garden. And I'm appreciating that they're there and Mother Nature's doing their thing. But you know, there's a communing that's happening while I'm doing this, and my anxiousness to get out there and do that, the weeding, the taking care of my yard, the painting. I have had this massive something bubbling inside of me that something is going to start formulating in like some new formula that I need to bring out to a humanity. And I have formulated some formulas that are going to be coming out with some like-minded beautiful souls that I formulated these for, that I'm really excited to be able to help them share that with you. So that there's a piece of me that I get to create and share. And the thing is for you to find those things that don't keep you plugged in, that keep you plugged into your creativity and your intuition and what makes you a human.